What do you think of circadian rhythms in cells? And to what extent do these biological processes follow a clock that might be extrinsic to the basic biology?
Everything changes with time, but we have to speak on this occasion about periodic processes.
Yes.
Governed by circadian and sometimes other clocks. And these are very widespread in biology. I believe that effectively any multicellular organisms has these, but also many unicellular ones, bacteria, blue-green algae, cyanobacteria in particular. They have circadian clocks, and what we actually have done some work on the analysis of the molecular componentry of bacterial circadian clock, and what is which are fairly well characterized. All the proteins that ensure the clock ticking are known. So what is quite interesting about it is that, to the best of our understanding, which I think is rather sufficient, the evolutionary origin of the circadian clock machinery in bacteria and in eukaryotic organisms, animals, is completely different.
Really?
Yes. We speak a lot about evolutionary conservation, rightly so, but variation, including at rather fundamental mechanisms, should not be discarded. And this is one of those cases where the molecular componentry of these clocks evolved completely independently, just in our own clocks and watches, which can be mechanical, electrical, or atomic, let us say, evolved made on completely different principles, but working similarly, with different precision, but similarly. Same in biology. Because of that obvious universality of the diurnal cycles, day and night alternating, the existence of such cycles is fundamental to most life forms. And so they are, while not entirely universal, extremely widespread in nature. It's really important to be able to measure the passage of time.
Does it deal with the senescence of the organism, or does it have factors of modulating some kind of physiological mechanism and varying across time?
It has to do with regulation of physiological processes, for sure. Whether there is any direct link between biological clock and senescence is an interesting question to which I do not have an answer. It is not unimaginable, for instance, that an imbalance of circadian clock contributes to senescence, but I have no idea, frankly, whether any data on that account is available.
Sometimes clinical research tries to extend from basic biological phenomena in ways that may or may not be logical, but sometimes show promise. And one of the things that's being questioned right now is whether the multiple clocks that operate throughout our bodies should be taken into consideration as we attempt therapeutics, as we take medication, as we try to build sleep-wake patterns in individuals. So I see a growing interest in this, and yet it appears to be a part of the field that still requires quite a bit of exploration.
I'm quite sure that is true. This is not exactly my area of research. As I said, we have done some work on molecular clock in bacteria, but not really on different types of clock in multicellular organisms. So I'm sure it's very important, but I cannot comment in any intelligent way.
Well, I appreciate your speculating on it.